Hey, hey, happy Tuesday, you guys. And welcome to welcome to Lunch in the Music Box. I'm your host, Steffi New, and I'm here with my sidekick right here, DJ Lotus. And we are so just overwhelmed and blessed and thrilled and just all the things to have with us the infamous Georgie Sweet. Hey girl, hey.
Hey. Hi guys.
Hi.
So, Georgie, we talked a little bit before we even came on, and I was telling you that I'm like starstruck, and then Sherry was saying the same thing because like, everybody knows me and knows that Prince is like Prince is like the end all be all to me, and then it's like Prince, and now it's like Deborah Jordan, Georgie Sweet. That's what's playing in my house all the time, like just on replay, just. So we're happy to have you.
Much. That's so lovely of you.
I call her the baby of Futuristica. She's the baby of Futuristica, unless you all have another artist hiding, which wouldn't surprise me, DJ Simon F. That's younger than her. So I call her the baby. She's the baby of the family.
So
is that true? Is that true, Georgie? You the baby of the family?
I probably am. Yeah, I think so. I think I am the baby of the family. I think I'm definitely the sort of latest recruit. So I think I must be. Hopefully I'll get someone else to come up as well. That would be great. But
that would be great.
I think for now I am the youngest, the baby. Yeah.
So I want to shout out really quick, DJ Wazio, because what does he say? Hashtag let's go. We can get it in here today. Let's go. So Georgie, for those of us who don't really know you, can you do a quick intro for us, please?
Yeah. So I'm Georgie Sweet. I'm a R&B soul jazz singer from London. I had my first album out last year, which is called Misunderstood on the Futuristica label, which is based in Bournemouth. And yeah, that's it really. And I've just been, I'm currently doing illustration animation at uni as well.
Oh, that's your major.
Yeah.
Okay.
But singing is probably, the thing I really love and really want to get into in the future. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at the moment, and doing interviews with lovely people like you. And yeah,
she's so humble. She just said doing music in the future. Do you realize I don't think you realize who you are.
Right.
You're already doing music.
Right.
And I see you going far. So I don't think you have to worry about that. But I think it's great that you're majoring in something other than that. Because as my parents used to always say, when I said, "Oh, I want to be a model," and they're like, "Really? You need to always have, another career or a backup plan." So
what's beautiful about that is she's still staying in the arts. So we know that's what's embedded in you is the arts.
Yeah.
So I have a quick question for you. Because I'm going to talk about some of the things that I've read about you, but before we do that, I just want to know, a young lady your age in the UK, what is music like at home? What did you grow up listening to? Because your style is straight old school, bluesy, just the whole. How are you? 22, and you're singing as if you've had a lifetime of love and heartbreak, and how to like whip it on them. So
well, honey, you're gonna be really singing some songs when you get our age. You're gonna
yeah, I mean, my mum and my dad are very musical anyway. My dad's a producer, so I grew up with a studio in the back garden. And that was kind of like sort of where I'd go and I'd hear all this kind of music. My mum's a singer as well, so both my mum and dad really forced me to listen to jazz and soul and acid funk and all that stuff. So I kind of got injected to me from a young age. And then I'd also have my sisters as well, one of my sisters was really into sort of 2000s R&B music, like really that kind of stuff. And I just kind of absorbed that as well. So I think it's just a kind of mix of loads of stuff, really. I mean, I also used to listen to a lot of Doobie Brothers and Steely Dan and all that kind of stuff as well. really, really got into that when I was a young teenager. And then when I was about 16, I became a super fan of Earth, Wind and Fire.
Oh, yeah.
Which I think is where I kind of really started to like, I don't know, I guess just kind of I learned Philip Bailey's riffs inside out, and I learned all of that stuff. I just wanted to know everything about it, and I think that kind of really formed my musical ear in the way I kind of sing now. So yeah, I think it's just an accumulation of loads of stuff, but it's probably just being sort of told and forced to listen to jazz from a young age, and I just grew to love it.
Let me ask you a question. Your music, it seems to cater to a more mature crowd.
Yeah,
I guess I'm wondering. I mean, of course, it's universal. But how do people your age, relate to your music? Because here we, look, I'm not going to give our age, but between 30s and 50s, you have people who absolutely love your music. And for you to be so young and to be so soulful and to sing the way that you do, how does your age group relate to your music?
I think that's a good question. I mean, I don't know, to be honest. I think it's just like, I kind of just do what I think is just in me. And I think whoever enjoys it is amazing. I think I don't really know many people my age, like you said, who really like DM me or like talk to me about my music. I think maybe in the future that might pick up a little bit more, but I think people who are really into this kind of stuff are people who maybe are a little bit older. And I'm not sure why that is. I just think it's maybe, I don't know, I guess it's very soulful music. It's maybe something that's kind of like you grow to appreciate it more as you get older. But yeah, I'm not sure, to be honest. I think it's just, hopefully if I release more music as well, it might sort of end up going to more people. But now I think anyone who loves it is great. Yeah.
Actually, I mean, I think people who listen to neo soul, indie soul, jazz are people usually who grew up around musical parents or parents that had, like you said, that's where I get a lot of mine from, is from my mom. And Stephanie from your dad, I think.
Yeah, my dad and my cousins and uncles.
Right, exactly. And so, like I listen to some of the stuff my 15-year-old son listens to, and I want to just pull my hair out. So, even though I'm a musical person, I'm hoping he's listening and he's catching on. So I just feel that a lot of people your age just haven't been exposed to a lot of the same things you've been exposed to. And, one day you're going to be that person that they're going to say, wow, Georgie was singing this style of music a long time ago. So they'll catch up to you. You're just way advanced. You're too advanced for them. You just keep on making your music. We got you. Trust me.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
So it's interesting that you should ask that question, Sherry, about like the age thing. So let me tell you what I did. I had 2 Zoom groups. One was a group of men and women, mixed race, in multiracial group in a Zoom where I played your music. And then I had a group of like teens, kind of like my high school track team age, and excuse me, like that early college age, also listen to your music. And my daughters, of course. So the one term, and I shared this with you earlier, but I'm going to share with everyone else. They said, "Oh, she's bussin'. Her music is bussin'," which is a great term, now this is like, okay, great. And then words like she's soulful, she's got an old soul. What was it? She hitting it. She hitting it.
Did you have to have a slang?
Let me tell you, I needed a dictionary beside me to kind of like break it up a little bit. But I mean, just such a huge amount of admirers of your music and your style. And it was just funny to me because I was like, yeah, like Sherry said, you really do. Seems like it caters to like, the 30 plus. But to hear like the younger group just like listen to it and say, oh my goodness, like it was almost like an awakening, like, oh, that moment. So how does that make you feel knowing that you really are starting to tap into like all the groups? I mean, how does that make you feel?
Yeah. I mean, it feels amazing. I just hope it's, when I go to my gigs as well, I think you really get a gauge of the kind of people that are really into it.
Right.
So I think that's something I'll definitely look forward to. I think it feels very cool to feel like people my age are kind of like, yeah, that's kind of cool. Because I think, yeah, I know what you mean when you say like a lot of people my age maybe aren't really into like jazz, soul, haven't really been brought up on it. So if I can be one of those people to get them into it, then that would be amazing. That would be a real honor, because jazz and soul is everything. It is everything to me. So yeah, it would be awesome.
I think about I've always liked different music. I never, the area we come from, we have our own style music, which, you know, you may have heard of it before. It's called go-go music. It's a Washington, D.C. thing.
Yeah.
But I never, I mean, don't get me wrong, I respect it. And I'll tell people that's my hometown music. But, you know, I always listen to a different, you know, soul and jazz and things like that. But the person that hit me the most, and still to this day, is Erykah Badu. And I knew right then and there, this is the way that I was going to go, you know, as far as music is concerned. So who are some of the people that influenced you with this type of music?
I would say, well, I think when I first heard Titus Coyote and Napalm sing was when Choose Your Weapon came out. And I feel like that was a real moment where I could hear these really experimental backing vocals and the way that she was arranging her voice. And that really felt like a moment to me where I was like, this is really cool. The stuff you can do with your voice and like the way that you can honestly just do whatever you want. It was just such a moment for me where I was like, yeah, this is my kind of music. And then obviously with the lovely Deborah as well.
Yes, and she trained
her. Yeah, and
okay.
Yeah, she's amazing, and she basically told me to learn Layla Hathaway.
Yes,
sort of inside out, and Kim Burrell.
Yes, gospel singer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I heard Minnie Riperton has a little bit of influence.
Oh yeah, Minnie Riperton's amazing. Yeah. I love her so much.
She was one of my mom's favorite. I just remember her playing her all the time. So
she's just amazing.
And I can hear a lot of all these people in your ranges and your music.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it was kind of learning that really gospel music, really sort of big voice riffs, like really jazzy music. And just sitting there and really forcing myself to learn these riffs inside out, get all the inflection right. That you kind of build a catalog, and I was like, once you get to that point and you feel like you have the tools to be able to do that kind of music, I was just kind of like, yeah, this is what I want. This is what I want to do. So,
is your family proud of you?
Yeah, I mean, I hope so.
Of course they are, but I mean,
yeah,
super duper. I would be so super duper proud.
Thank you. Yeah, I think my family are. Yeah, I know my mum, my dad are, and my sisters. They tell me a lot. Sometimes I find it difficult to take compliments, but they tell me a lot, and yeah, they're very lovely and supportive of me. So yeah, I'm very lucky to have that.
So you said you mentioned Kim Burrell when you were talking, and we all know that she's like a huge gospel singer.
Yeah.
And what's really funny is now that you've said that, I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, I'm like, oh yeah, I can hear like you know, some of the raspier things that you do with your voice and stuff. I'm like, yeah, I really can hear that. So now I'm sitting here thinking, oh, wait a minute, hold on, I have a comment I want to share.
Oh, I see the name too.
Yeah,
yeah.
So, which is very cool. I would love to now hear you maybe do like maybe not a full-blown gospel track, but to kind of do something. I think, oh my goodness, can you imagine the next market that you can get into just doing one song that just, you know, because you sing with the kind of feeling that a gospel singer does sing with. So amazing. So I was reading some of the reviews on Misunderstood, and these are some of the things that I've seen. The freshest album debut in years. This UK soul singer is thrilling. She's got the cool swagger of Erykah Badu, assured grace of Jill Scott, unmistakably favored, Then they said you have the UK neo soul, delicate, jazzy, smoky lounge, great maturity, bristling with unique creative energy. And then someone says, "Oh yeah, she's Deborah's protege, but she has her own voice." Hold on, let me see if I missed any of these little notes here. Oh, and that the album, you do not waste a second before revealing its intention.
Ooh.
And then they said that you taunted them or tempted them with Half Human. I guess that was one of your first singles. That was
Yeah, that was a very early one.
Yeah, and then it says, we thought that was gonna be it. This album did not disappoint.
Oh, thank you.
And I agree with that 110%. What do you think, DJ Lotus?
We play her song so much. Like I told you, I mean, it's, you know, always we have to have something of hers. If it's not her, it's Deborah or both of them, all of them actually, Nathan, you know, but it doesn't disappoint at all from beginning to end. And I know you don't take compliments very well. We're just like, oh, and you're this and you're that, but we really are fans. We're big fans. So.
Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate that. Like,
how did you feel about doing the performance on Global Soul?
Oh, I was going to ask about that. Good question.
Yeah, it was really fun. I mean, it was scary. Because especially with lockdown, I've been in my room for ages. I barely haven't even left the house. So to get up and do that was quite scary, but it was great. And
were you nervous?
Yeah, I was so nervous, but had the lovely Mark Rapson there who helped me through all of it. And my band was absolutely lovely. They were all so sweet and so talented. And yeah, they were all so accommodating there and so nice. So it was an amazing experience. We kind of just sat down with Patrick Steele, one of the DJs, and we just kind of sat there and just spoke about music for about 3 hours. And it was just really fun. I just haven't done that in a long time. So
that wasn't your first live performance?
No, that was, yeah.
It was.
Wow, really?
Yeah, that was the first time I've ever performed live my own material, like ever. So yeah, it was nerve-wracking. I convinced myself I was going to forget all the lyrics. I was just going to forget how to sing. But it was all right. It went well.
It went well, and you know, like I tell people all the time, a lot of times too, which I had to learn with being on the air with the radio. Sometimes we know that we made the mistake, and I would leave sometimes, especially when I first started, like, oh my gosh, I messed up, blah, blah, blah. And you know, I'll listen back, or other people are like, Sherry, you couldn't really tell. So, you know, even if you did make any mistakes, most people wouldn't even know it. They were just so into the music. You did great. You didn't look nervous. You looked calm. But I actually jumped the gun. I think Stephanie wanted you to sing a couple.
You know, couple little bars. But before you do that, I mean, you know what? Let me just tell you this, okay? So when Sherry talked about that performance, it reminded me. So when I first, of course, you know, because I've been stalking you all over the place. Like I've seen like little snippets of like, you know, family playtime, I guess, you know, with Futuristica when you guys are just playing around.
Yeah.
When you came on the stage, I watched you walk on there, and you walked on there like a little girl, just kind of like, you know, like, what is getting ready to happen here? But let's just do it. To go from looking like, you know, like to what came out of your mouth, and all of a sudden it's almost, you know, Beyonce has a stage name, Sasha Fierce. Okay, Sasha when she hits the stage. I watched you transform from the second you walked on there to when the first few notes came out and you commanded that stage. And I was like, why she fake on us like that?
Acting all shy, and now all of a sudden it's like,
and I understand. I was like, oh my gosh, you know. And then, what is it that what do they call it in jazz when you know, like the, oh my goodness, I can't think of what it is. Scatting. I said,
yeah,
okay,
like Rick.
A little bit too. So I know you're not prepared. Okay, I know you're not because we ain't set it up. But someone in the audience has also said they would like to hear you sing. If you feel comfortable, no pressure. Seriously, if
It
you're like,
doesn't
no,
have to
I'm
be
good.
a couple little
It could just be,
bars.
it could just be a
Yeah,
little bit.
I mean, I don't mind. It might sound terrible, but I don't mind.
There's no way it's not gonna sound terrible. Let's get it in, girl. Let's see what you got.
What do you want me to sing? Is there anything in particular?
Oh gosh, I love everything. Sorry. Do you think you can hit sorry?
I was getting ready to say that. So yeah,
Okay. I wasn't ready for this.
I know. Sorry, but come on.
That's all right. Okay, there we go. Right. I'm sorry that I let you down and place numbers keep turning around. Or did I say I'm sorry? I'm sorry that I can't sit to get out of this place.
Girl,
look at me. I have tears in my eyes.
No, you're not getting any more. That's what I said.
Oh my gosh, I'm
This is what's amazing.
I'm sorry.
I'm
I guess DJ
up.
is starstruck. Oh my
Girl.
gosh, look at me. Look at my eyes.
I know. I'm feeling it.
No, don't cry.
So look, can I just tell you this? This was people who think, oh, it's all studio. Oh, it's all this. You were not prepared to do this. You just shot it from your hip, and you sounded like the record. How does that happen? If you can't sing, girl, you can blow.
Yes,
you can blow. But I am
I'm
like
so embarrassed. Why am I crying?
It's so sweet. No, please, don't cry. Don't cry.
No, it's a good cry. It's a good cry. It's your voice is just absolutely beautiful. I can't even tell you. And just for you to do that for us makes me feel so special. I love it.
You surprised me. I was like, okay, she says it's not going to be this. So I'm like, okay, then you just open your mouth. When she opens her mouth to sing, you are so different than just like, like right now you're like, okay.
We have to come up with a name for her. Like like you said, Beyonce has
a stage name.
Huh?
We're gonna come up with something.
You're gonna come up with something because when she opens, she's so kind of timid and kind of Georgie Sweet. I guess is your last name really sweet, or did somebody give you that?
Yeah.
What's your last? Where'd you get Sweet from? Georgie Sweet.
Yeah, that's my name.
That's your name?
Yeah, that's my name.
That was your performing name. Well, I knew Georgie probably was, but your last name is Sweet. I love that.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to give you a stage name because when you open that mouth.
I have to read a comment that just came up. It's not coming up on that, but it's on the phone. So Deborah says, "Yes, Georgie. Hey, ladies, I'm crying too. She does it all the time." Oh, with some
not crying all the time.
Oh, I don't want to make you guys cry.
No, it's a good. Trust me, it's a good thing. There's certain people
that can just move you.
Like Phyllis Hyman, I can listen to her music and my eyes just water. So it's a good cry. It's when it touches your soul. Yeah. When it touches your soul, woo, girl, you made my day. You made my day. I was struggling. I was struggling today to just from the time I got up. But you made my day. I'm ready now. I'm ready to go into the radio station and tear it down.
So we have to tell everybody today. Yeah, she serenaded me. Yeah, I got
Yeah, that was a serenade, definitely.
Yeah.
Your voice is just so unique. I have been trying to just find someone that I was like, oh, I can compare you to, but you can't. And it's just so pure, and it's just, but it's so just, it's soulful. It is just, you can't mimic that. You just can't. That's just not. And to say that you keep saying that you learned this from this. No, that's not a learn something. That is you just have a soul person embedded in you. You have a grandmother of Kim Burrell with a little Erykah Badu sauce in there. Somebody definitely.
Of course, there's some Deborah Jordan in there.
There's a little Deborah. They sprinkled that on top. That was like the sprinkles, the jimmies.
The topping.
Do you play the keyboard? Did I read somewhere you play keyboard?
I don't. I took lessons when I was younger.
Okay. I just showed you the type of stuff you get when you do research sometime. I think I read something saying she may be playing the keyboard, in your your first song or something? And I said, I don't know anything about her playing the keyboard, but I wanted to ask because I don't like that information. But yeah, something I read said they thought you were the one playing the keyboard. And I said,
I wish I wasn't.
I was like, I don't think
So does Mark usually play the keyboard for you most times? Is that what it is?
Yeah, so
Hi, Mark Robson. I got on y'all's shirt.
So how is it working with him? Because I see a lot of your music that he's like the producer behind.
Yeah. I mean, Mark is the best. He's so funny and just such a joy to be around. And he's also just amazing at music. He just knows. He just understands it. Some of the stuff he says, I'm like, what? But I'll try and sing over the top. But he's great. He's the sort of he MC'd the gig as well. MD'd the gig, sorry. He's produced a lot of stuff. I think hopefully soon after COVID's gone, I'll meet up with him for a couple of days and we'll make some stuff. So I'm really excited for that.
Yes,
that's beautiful.
Yes, hopefully looking towards doing another project soon. Get some new stuff in the works.
Do you write your music? Do you write your own music?
Yeah. So I tend to just lots of producers and people who sort of are in Futuristica, and now a couple of people from outside as well send me beats, and kind of just sing over them really, and then I send them back and they say yay or nay, and then yeah, that's kind of how it goes.
Yay or nay? I wish somebody would nay. Tell them you gotta contact DJ Lotus. We're gonna have to have some words. It should always be.
Oh my God. Yeah, I mean, hopefully I never get a nay, but I do worry. But yeah, that's kind of how it works really. But I tend to just write my own lyrics and melodies and stuff. It's kind of just go with what kind of just sort of comes initially, because I always think that ends up being the best stuff. It's just kind of when you just hear it and that's kind of just, you just go, yeah, that makes sense with it. When you start to like over reg it and over kind of do it too much, you can just end up sounding not like you. So yeah,
you set yourself up with that, because now it brings me to a question. Since you write your music, Untold is, pardon the expression, it is a grown behind song. Okay, that song is like, that's like, baby, yes, all of that. So with that, where did you write that? Is there a guy's story we need to know behind that? Just our minds want to know.
You know what? Untold was like improvised. I didn't even sit down and write anything. That's just a one take thing.
What?
Yeah. That was just a very much I was just with Simon and Debbie one day, and I was struggling to write over it, and then they just kind of were just like, just sing it, just sing whatever comes out. So I just sat there and sang, and then that was it. That's it. So yeah, there's actually no story behind that. I wish there was, and I wish there was. I could tell you all the gossip about. I'm sorry.
So I'm going to ask you this, and then we're going to watch on the time here.
I could talk to her all. I could talk to her all day.
We could do a whole hour.
I do have a real job that I got.
I would definitely talk to you guys all day. I'd love to as well.
So Georgie, when did you realize that you had this gift? When did it hit you that, wow, I can really sing?
I don't know. I mean, I think I've always loved to do it. I've always just been that person who sings all the time, and everyone just tells me to shut up. Because I literally at home, I would just belt sing constantly. Mum said she just learned to drown it out eventually. She just kind of learned to, don't worry, she's so supportive, but I can imagine if someone's singing all the time, it can be a bit like, stop. So yeah, I think it's just always been a part of me, really. I mean, I guess when I started to go to Deborah, and that was a point where I was kind of like, I might be all right at this kind of jazz stuff. Yeah, I'd say it was kind of around then. I think I always knew that I loved it, and I always knew that I did always get good feedback and stuff. And I think that kind of just spurred on with my passion for it, just knowing that it's just something I have to do. I think that was kind of when I realized, I think I've always kind of known that I loved it. But lovely people around me and very supportive people have allowed me to have more confidence in myself. So yeah, I'd say I couldn't put a time or a date on it. I think it's kind of always been there, really. Yeah.
Oh, that's sweet. So besides the Futuristica family, in a perfect world, if you could collab with any singer, who would you love to sing with? Just to do
Oh, that is so. I honestly,
I'm taking a picture.
I could reel off about 50, so many. I think. I mean, I always go back to Hiatus Coyote, but I think I would have to say Napalm because I just think she just changed my. She just completely changed my ears.
okay.
And I just like, I just idolize her. I just absolutely love her. I'd say her and maybe Layla as well, but I think Napalm would be my number one. I would really love to sing with Napalm.
All right, that's lovely. Well, you guys, we don't want to end it, but
well, you can come back. You can come back anytime you want.
Absolutely. And I'd love to have you come back and sing, like really like sing, like, you know, we've done where we've given like a time to just perform.
Yeah.
So we'd love to have you come back and, you know.
I'd love to do that. I would love to do that for you guys, for sure.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you guys for another Tuesday lunch in the music box. As you can see, we don't play around here. We bring y'all the real legit stars here, you know. But next week we are back again with Nathan Thomas, also on the label. Again, Georgie, we want to thank you so very much for taking time out of your day and to just, you know, sit in with us, the tears, serenading us, the whole nine. I know that there's so many more layers that we just haven't even begun to tap into, but we're going to get you back. We're going to have you back again.
I'd love to come back.
So until next time, you guys, as Don Cornelius always says, we wish you love, peace, and soul.
Be blessed. Stay with us.